All right, 7th graders, this is to help you with question 6 on CR 16. It says, which graph represents the solution of the inequality 4 minus x is greater than or equal to 10? All right, 4 minus x is greater than or equal to 10. So there's two things I'd like to talk about. The first thing I'd like to say is 4 minus what numbers gets you numbers that in the end are greater than or equal to 10. That's what it's really asking us. So I'm going to solve the equation and then go, or the inequality, and then go back and double check that it makes sense. So the first thing I'm going to do is move all my constants to the right-hand side. If this is a positive 4, I'd have to subtract 4 from the left-hand side of this inequality for it to zero out. If I'm subtracting 4 on the left-hand side of the inequality, I must also subtract 4 on the right-hand side of the inequality. This is just like solving a two-step equation. It's just now we have these inequality symbols. 4 minus 4 zeros out. So on the left side, what am I left with? I'm left with a negative x is greater than or equal to 10 minus 4 is 6. Negative x is the same as negative 1x. That means negative 1 times x. How do I undo multiplication to get x all by itself? I'll undo multiplication with division. I have to divide by whatever that coefficient of x is. If x was multiplied by a negative 1, I need to divide by a negative 1. If I'm dividing the left-hand side by a negative 1 on that inequality, I must divide the right-hand side of that inequality by a negative 1. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 1 times x is just x. Hopefully, your teachers have reviewed with you that when you divide an inequality by a negative, you must reverse the inequality symbol. So if this says greater than or equal to, as soon as I'm dividing by a negative, I reverse that and make it less than or equal to. And then here, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. 6 divided by 1 is 6. So any values for x that are less than or equal to negative 6. These are all our values less than or equal to negative 6. So we should double check that that really works for us. I'm just going to do a quick check for myself. 4 minus x is greater than or equal to 10. Any values for x that are less than or equal to negative 6 should work. So I'm going to pick a value less than negative 6. I'm going to get crazy and I'm going to choose a negative 7. So you just want to pick a value less than negative 6 to check it. So in place of x, I'm going to let my x be negative 7. So I'm going to do 4 minus a negative 7 and hope that really ends up greater than or equal to 10. Well, what's minus a negative become? Minus a negative becomes plus. What's 4 plus 7? 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 is greater than or equal to 10. Check, check. Any number that I put in this inequality that is less than or equal to negative 6 will get an answer greater than or equal to 10. All right, I hope that helped.